SmallBuilder Line Items is available for Salesforce on the AppExchange. It's free for up to 10 users. In Salesforce, it can be tricky to set up line items which are actually easy to use. It can be done with junction objects, but it can be difficult to implement these into your workflow without custom development. In this video, we'll explain how junction objects work and how SmallBuilder Line Items can make them easier to use in practice. Part 1. Why use junction objects? In Salesforce, it's easy to create a one-to-many relationship, for example, the relationship between accounts and opportunities, where several opportunities may be related to the same account. But to create many-to-many relationships, for example, between opportunities and products, where one opportunity may contain multiple products and the same product may be present in multiple opportunities, we need to create a junction relationship. In practice in Salesforce, this is achieved by creating an in-between object called a junction object, which is connected by ordinary one-to-many relationships on both sides. In Sales Cloud, the standard object opportunity product is an example of this kind of junction object. It allows you to have a many-to-many relationship between opportunities and products. There are many other examples of junction objects, and you can create your own custom junction objects. Once you've created a junction object to correctly represent the relationship between your Salesforce objects, it can be hard to create a view in Salesforce that shows you those objects in a helpful way. Salesforce provides a default line item view that allows you to see all the products associated with an opportunity, but this is not customizable, and you can't get the same view for any custom junction objects you create yourself. This is where SmallBuilder Line Items comes in. It's designed to take these objects and display them in a helpful line item format, enabling your teams to see the information they need in a concise and helpful way. Let's look at an example. Let's say your company's sales reps purchase items that they sell or give to your customers, and you want to manage these purchases in Salesforce. You create one object to represent purchased items and create records for all the items your reps need. The other object you need is the opportunity, because your reps will associate all purchases with an opportunity. This seems like a many-to-many relationship between opportunities and purchase items. But in Salesforce, you can't create many-to-many relationships directly, so you create a junction object which connects opportunities and purchase items with one-to-many relationships on both sides. Part 2. Let's try it in Salesforce. Here, I've created the object for purchase items, added appropriate fields, added a custom tab, and then created records for every item that needs to be supplied. And here, I've created the junction object, and here I've created relationships between the junction object and opportunity, and between the junction object and purchase item. Unfortunately, the default view in Salesforce isn't very helpful. If I create a test opportunity and try to add purchase items to them via the junction objects, it is possible, but the results aren't great at all. Fields don't automatically populate with values from the purchase items that we set up, and the resulting view is not helpful at all. Now let's see what happens when we try with SmallBuilder Line Items instead. Simply go to the SmallBuilder Line Items app and create a new configuration. In this first screen, we're going to provide some basic information like a name and description for the line items. We'll then select the parent object, which in our case is the opportunity, where the line items will be displayed. Then we can select the line item object, which is our junction object, and finally, the lookup object, which is our purchase item. On the second page, we'll configure our selector tool, which users can use to add purchase items to the opportunity. And on the third page, we'll set up our line item view, so our users can see the fields that are relevant to them. Hit Save, Activate, and add the button to your opportunity view. Now, from the opportunity, through your new Purchase Items button, a user can add purchase items to the opportunity using the Lookup Selector tool. They can also view all the purchase items already on the opportunity and update any relevant values. This is much easier and faster than manually creating junction records, and it requires no coding skills or custom development to get started.